Class 2 children, please take out your literature book. Please take out your literature book, Class 2 children. Open page 105, 105, Unit 16, Boon of the Fairy Godmother. Boon of the Fairy Godmother. Children, I hope you have gone through the lesson which I had already explained. But before I begin with the revision, today we will do revision. I want to give you the summary of the story. So, Boon of the Fairy Godmother, there was a wood on a mountainside and it looked very beautiful because of the pine and eucalyptus trees that grew in it. In this wood, who lived? Children, a fairy godmother lived. And what did she do? She gave boons to kind people and punished the wicked. So Sundar was a poor little boy who lived nearby village. One day, what he did, he went to the wood for some twigs and branches because they were very poor and they used the twigs and branches to light a fire and cook their food. So one day what happened, as Sundar entered the wood, the wind started blowing. So what Sundar did, children? He quickly collected all the dry leaves and branches which were scattered on the ground, and he filled the sack that he had brought to carry the leaves and branches, and he was about to go. As he was about to go, he found a wounded peafowl which was lying on the ground and fluttering its wings in pain. So what Sundar did? Sundar went close to the peafowl and he picked up the bird and took it home with him. Then he washed the blood and tied a piece of rag round the bird's neck, and he gave some grain to eat. The next day what happened? The bird was trotting about in its pen, and suddenly it hopped out of the pen and disappeared. In the afternoon, what did Sundar do? Sundar went to the coop to see how many eggs the hens had laid. And lo, what did he see? He saw that there were golden eggs in the coop. The two hens were sitting on golden eggs. So he called his mummy. Mummy came running and Sundar told his mummy that our hens have laid golden eggs. Sundar's mother could not believe her eyes when she saw them. So now what they did? They brought the eggs into the hut. Now everybody wondered how such a thing could happen. Sundar's grandfather was a very old man and he knew about everything, about the boon. So he explained to everyone that the boon was given by the fairy godmother who lives in the wood. So Sundar asked why the fairy godmother gave the boon to him. So his grandfather said that he saved the life of the peafowl. So the fairy godmother has given him riches as a boon. So at last what happened, children? The bad times for Sundar's family came to an end and they became very rich. So now, children, we will answer the following questions. answer the following questions. We will do revision now. Revision. Answer the following questions. Question number 1. What trees grew in the wood? What tree grew in the wood? What trees grew in the wood? So the answer is the pine and eucalyptus trees grew in the wood. What trees grew in the wood? The pine and eucalyptus trees grew in the wood. Question number 2 is, why did Sundar's parents have to make fire from leaves and twigs? Question number 2 is, why did Sundar's parents have to make fire from leaves and twigs? So what is the answer, children? The answer is, Sundar's parents were very poor and they used twigs and branches to light a fire and cook their food. Sundar's parents were very poor and they used twigs and branches to light a fire and cook their food. Now children, question number 3. What stopped Sundar when he turned back to go home? What stopped Sundar when he turned back to go home? Now the answer is, as Sundar turned back to go home, he saw a wounded peafowl at a distance and it was bleeding at the neck. The answer is, as Sundar turned back to go home, he saw a wounded peafowl at a distance and it was bleeding at the neck. Now question number 4. How did Sundar save the peafowl's life? How did Sundar save the peafowl's life? The answer is, Sundar picked up the bird, took it home with him, washed the blood and tied a piece of rag round the bird's neck. How did Sundar save the peafowl's life? The answer is, Sundar picked up the bird, took it home with him, washed the blood and tied a piece of rag round the bird's neck. Next question is, children, what did Sundar see in the coop? So the answer is, Sundar saw golden eggs in the coop. Question number 5, what did Sundar see in the coop? The answer is, Sundar saw golden eggs in the coop. Number 6, who gave Sundar the boon? Why? Who gave Sundar the boon? Why? The answer is, the fairy godmother gave Sundar the boon because he saved the life of the peafowl. Sundar, who gave Sundar the boon? Why? The fairy godmother gave Sundar the boon because he saved the peafowl's life. The fairy godmother gave Sundar the boon because he saved the peafowl's life. Next, children, who lived in the wood? The answer is number 1. Question number 1. Who lived in the wood? The answer is, a fairy godmother lived in the wood. A fairy godmother lived in the wood. Question number 2. Where did Sundar live and with whom? The answer is, Sundar lived in a village with his parents. Sundar lived in a village with his parents. Next, question number 3. What did the fairy godmother do with the wicked people? What did the fairy godmother do with the wicked people? Question number 3. What did the fairy godmother do with the wicked people? So the answer is, the fairy godmother punished the wicked people. The fairy godmother punished the wicked people. Now question number 4. What happened when Sundar entered the wood? What happened when Sundar entered the wood? As Sundar entered the wood, the wind started blowing. Question number 5. Where was the wood? The wood was on a mountain side. Question number 5. Where was the wood? The wood was on a mountain side. Now number 6 questions. Children, we all know who gave Sundar the boon, the fairy godmother, and why? Because he saved the peafowl's life. Number 7. Where was the bird trotting about? The bird was trotting about in its pen. Where was the bird trotting about? The bird was trotting about in its pen. Next, children. Exercise 1. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. The fairy godmother gave dash to kind and good people. Number 2. The wounded dash was bleeding at the neck. Number 3. Dash picked up the bird. Exercise 2. Answer the following in one word. Number 1. He went close and found that it had been wounded. Number 2. Sundar took it home with him. Number 3. As Sundar entered this place, the wind started blowing. Now exercise 3, children. Correct the errors in the following sentences. Correct the errors in the following sentences. Number 1. Jack gave the peacock some grain to eat. Number 2. The storm was a strong one. So exercise 1. Children, exercise 1, 2 and 3, you will do it in your literature copy. This you have to do it on your own. Now next you will do exercise 4, exercise 4, 5, 6. Exercise 4 is give the opposites of the following. Exercise 5 is make sentences with the following words. And exercise 6 is who said these words and to whom. Now children, we will do grammar. Grammar, children, we will do collective and abstract nouns revision. Class 2 children, we will do collective and abstract nouns revision we will do. So, now let us see. A collective noun refers to a group, collection or set of animals, persons or things taken together and spoken of as one whole. Collective noun and abstract noun, children, I had already explained. We are doing revision. A collective noun refers to a group, collection. A collective noun refers to a group, collection or set of animals, persons or things taken together and spoken of as one whole. Examples: a colony of ants. A colony of ants. So, which word is collective noun in this sentence, children? Colony. Colony. Colony is collective noun. Now, number 2. A school of fish. A school of fish, or we can also say a school of dolphins. A school of fish or dolphins. So, school. School is collective noun. Now, number 3. A fleet of ships. A fleet of ships. So, which is the collective noun, children? Fleet. Fleet is the collective noun. Now, let us see, children. There are many collective nouns like pack. Pack, a pack of cards, a flock of birds, a swarm of bees. So, pack, flock, swarm, crowd, panel, board, troop, range, litter, pride, class and etc. There are many words, children, which I had already given before. Collective nouns: pack, flock, swarm, crowd, panel, board, troop, range, litter, pride, class, and etc. So next, exercise 1. Fill in the blanks with collective nouns. Fill in the blanks with collective nouns. Number 1. Rosie kept a dash of rice on the table. Rosie kept a dash of rice on the table. So what will you write, children? What will be the answer? A bowl of rice. B-O-W-L, bowl. Rosie kept a bowl of rice on the table. Number 2. A dash of students attended the meeting. A dash of students. So what will you write, children? Class. A class of students attended the meeting. Class, C-L-A-S-S, class. A class of students attended the meeting. Now number 3. A dash of birds were flying. A dash of birds were flying. So what will be the answer, children? A flock of birds were flying. A flock, F-L-O-C-K, flock of birds were flying. Now next, children, we will do exercise 2. Exercise 2 we will do. Circle the collective nouns in the following sentences. Circle the collective nouns in the following sentences. So, number 1 is a swarm of bees flew out of the hive. A swarm of bees flew out of the hive. So, which is the collective noun in the following sentence? In this sentence, children, swarm. Swarm. So, we have to circle swarm. Next, children, number 2. The fleet sailed off the coast. The fleet sailed off the coast. So, which is the collective noun, children? Which word we have to circle? Fleet. Fleet. Next, number 3. A herd of cattle is passing. A herd of cattle is passing. So, we have to circle herd. Next, children, number 4. The police dispersed the crowd. The police dispersed the crowd. So, which is the collective noun? Crowd. We have to circle crowd. The French, number 5 is the French army was defeated at the Waterloo. The French army was defeated at the Waterloo. So, army. Circle army. Next, children. Exercise 3. Underline the collective nouns in the following sentences. Exercise 3. Underline the collective nouns in the following sentences. So, this exercise, children, you have to do it on your own in your grammar copy. Exercise 3. Underline the collective nouns in the following sentences. Underline the collective nouns in the following sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These you have to do it on your own in your grammar copy. Now, children, we will do abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are names of things that are not concrete. So, I repeat, abstract nouns are names of things that are not concrete. They name things that we cannot see, hear, touch, taste, or smell. So, abstract nouns are names of things that are not concrete. They name things that we cannot see, hear, touch, taste, or smell. So, nouns that name qualities, feelings, action, states, or ideas are called abstract nouns. So, what are abstract nouns, children? Nouns that name qualities, feelings, action, states, or ideas are called abstract nouns. Examples: quality, goodness, kindness, wisdom. Action, laughter, judgment, hatred. Quality, goodness, kindness, wisdom. Action, laughter, judgment, hatred. State, Youth, sleep, poverty. Youth, sleep, poverty. Idea, freedom, justice, dream. Feeling, happiness, sadness, anger are all abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are formed from adjectives, verbs, and common nouns. Abstract nouns are formed from adjectives, verbs, and common nouns. Examples: kind, kindness. Behave, behavior. Mother, motherhood. So, one thing you should remember, children, laughter is an exception of the abstract noun which we can hear. Previous class also I had explained, children, laughter is an exception of the abstract noun which we can hear. Now you will note that abstract nouns can be formed from common nouns generally by adding ship, 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 that is friend, friendship, hood, 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 child, childhood, mother, motherhood, and ism, ism, that is patriot, patriotism, like neighbor, neighborhood. Now exercise 1, children, fill in the blanks with abstract nouns. Solomon was famous for his wisdom. Solomon was famous for his wisdom. We all love honesty. We all love honesty. Without health, there is no happiness. Without health, there is no happiness. Number 4, the elephant has great strength. The elephant has great strength. Now number 5, I often think of the happy days of childhood. So number 1 answer is wisdom. Number 2 answer is honesty. Number 3 answer is without health there is no happiness. Happiness. Number 4, the elephant has great strength. Number 5, I often think of the happy days of childhood. Next, children, this exercise 1, form abstract nouns from the following adjectives. Exercise 1, form abstract nouns from the following adjectives. And exercise 2, form abstract nouns from the following verbs. So children, exercise 1 and exercise 2, these 2 exercises you have to do it in your grammar copy on your own. Exercise 1 and exercise 2, you have to do it in your grammar copy on your own. So thank you, children. I hope you have understood everything. Bye-bye.